Good evening. You're listening to the Garden City Community Chat Show with your hosts Carrie, Tom, and Mike. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Well, hello, Garden City and all our surrounding neighbors. Our guest tonight was having some technical issues, but I see she's in there, so I think we're going to be good. Let's give a shout out to our surrounding neighbors Westland, Canton, Dearborn Heights, Dearborn, Livonia, and Inkster, just to name a few. Welcome to episode number 678 of the Garden City Community Chat Show. It's Thursday, October 10th. We're so happy you could be with us tonight. We hope you're all safe and doing well. I am your host, Kerry, and also joining me tonight, former Garden City Councilman Mike Jones. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great, Kerry.
Good, good, good. Doppler Tom has taken the night off. He is out watching the Tiger game. Go Tigers. I think it's still 2-2, if I'm not mistaken. So we want to wish them a
Not sure. The Tigers may have just scored.
oh boy. Okay. All right, and then a little bit later, Mike's going to close out the show with some community events for you. See what's happening. You can get them on your calendar. And while you're there and you got your calendars out, pencil in these upcoming shows. October 17th, next week, the boys from DSD Sports Chat's going to be back to talk about the incredible Tigers. And then on October 24th, State Representative Dylan Wagella will stop by, let us know what's happening in Lansing. October 31st, Bridget Jarvis, who has a 501c3 program called Santa Helps High Schoolers, will be here, and we'll find out more about that. And then going into November, we're going to do a Northern Michigan exposure show. We haven't done one in a while. On November 14th, we're going to have Jenna and Chris Simpler. They are the owners of the Cartier Mansion Bed and Breakfast in Ludington, Michigan. So got some interesting shows coming up. Hope you'll be able to set aside some time to join us. Tonight we have another good one for you. We'll be chatting shortly with Lori Walkonis. She is a candidate running for city council. We hope you'll stay tuned to see what she has to say, and you'll be able to make an informed decision at the polls come November 5th. She'll be here shortly.
Already voted.
Real quick, if you're watching us live on Facebook or YouTube, go ahead and post your questions and comments in the comments section. You can find us live right now on facebook.com/GCChat, and over on our YouTube channel, just search for the Garden City Community Chat Show. You can also email your questions to us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com, and we'll do our best to get those answered for you. Remember, we're not here just to promote our community, but we're here to promote yours as well. And speaking of community, if your community, organization, or business has any events or announcements you'd like to get out to our listeners, what should they do, Mike?
They should email us, Kerry.
Exactly. Email the details to us, and Mike will be more than happy to get them messages out for you. You can also message us on our Facebook page. Remember, you're always welcome to come on our show and promote your community, your business, or organization anytime. We've had several people come on and do it. We also encourage any local business to check out and join the Garden City Business Alliance and see what great things they can do for you. For more information, head on over to their website at gardencitybusinessalliance.org. All right, we are going to introduce our guest for tonight, seeing as we don't have Tom with the weather. He'll be back next week, though. I'm sure he's going to want to talk about the hurricane that just hit Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, they've been really, really hammered, haven't they? Oof.
Back to back, Florida.
So we're going to go ahead and introduce our guest. She is currently a candidate for Garden City Council and seeking your vote on November 5th. Please welcome Lori Walkonis to the show. Hi, Lori.
Hi there.
We got you.
Finally.
This is our first time meeting. Nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you.
Yeah. So go ahead, Lori, and tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into some questions, okay?
Okay. I've been a part of this community for over 50 years. Mm-hmm. I'm married. I have 2 daughters and 3 stepdaughters. Boy, I don't know what to tell you all. I just feel like everybody knows who I am, but I guess there are a lot that don't. My family has all grown up here. I have 3 brothers that were also raised here, and my oldest bought a home here. My nieces and my nephew were raised here. There's just a lot of family commitment to this city. unfortunately, my brothers are gone now, as well as my parents, and all my nieces and my nephew are in Florida.
Ooh,
Yeah, along with my uncle, my sister-in-law, my great nieces, and my great nephew. So it's been a stressful time here. A lot of trying to communicate back and forth with all the devastation going on down there.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
It's been rough. Yeah, I bet a lot of stress.
Yeah, a lot of stress, a lot of praying, and you kind of take away from focusing on other things until
Sure.
your prayers are answered and you've heard from your loved ones and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, family comes first, right?
Always. And one thing I can say about myself is I've relied on my faith, I think, throughout my entire life. I mean, we all make mistakes and maybe we slide away for a little bit, but we seem to always come back. And for me, that's a big part of who I am. Those that know me pretty much know that too. So
Good thing.
I've been telling people I'm running on honesty and transparency and integrity because that's how I live. I don't really think it should be anything new, but I think that it's important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, why don't you go ahead and tell us why you decided to run for council at this time?
Well, speaking to different people, there were a variety of reasons. I felt that we needed more transparency and accountability. And now that my kids are out of grade school, high school, and into college, that just freed up a whole lot of time for me as well. And oddly, when that did free up time, and I got to really looking at Garden City pages to see, what's going on as far as events, but also to find out, what people are doing and what are their struggles, what are their concerns. It was a real eye opener for me. And I didn't realize how busy I had been, caring for my family, for my parents, etc., and not understanding what's going on in my little town here. So that was quite shocking to see a lot of that. And I thought, after being on the DDA board for a couple of years and getting actively involved in my community, that really kind of led me to other questions. And a lot of people were talking about the budget. And I thought, that's another thing I want to understand. I need to learn the budget. I need to understand that. And I had recently asked for a list of the expenditures and revenues. And even though I got it via email, just trying to read everything on a computer screen without having a handbook to go with it, or someone right there that you can ask questions to. Sometimes we don't even know the right questions, right? Mm-hmm. So it's going to take more than just reading. Lucky for me, I'm an informational reader. Bad because I don't read for pleasure. Sadly. But I do read for information for whatever I'm involved in or concerned about. So I felt city council would really give me a seat on city council would give me the best opportunity to learn different things and to be a conduit for the people so that I can answer their questions as well. They seem to have a lot of the same concerns I do.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're going to do your research if you're elected for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Got to. Lori, what are the top issues that you feel are facing our city right now, and how would you address them?
Well, there are a few there's a lot that I think, but some of the ones are the accountability for the budget. Money is important to everyone, and not everybody has much discretionary income. So responsible spending. It's important to follow the charter to make sure everybody's on the same page. Obviously, we have a lot of empty store fronts. So that's another issue. But I think that when we talk about that, we need to really seek and attract sustainable businesses, right? This really isn't a town for retail. That's better for a bigger town And even the bigger towns are struggling with some of that because brick and mortar just keeps closing. But the service industry, I believe, is real good for business in this town, So that's another thing. And I think we need also a coordinated effort between the departments, the planning commission, the zoning department, the building department, to ensure like a smooth transition. We may have to cut some red tape, but you don't want to get through one and then find out that you've got to go back because everybody's not in alignment with what their requirements are per se. So I think it's important to understand the red tape too, so that we can make a smooth transition for businesses.
So you feel that Garden City isn't a retail city? You feel
I think
residents should have to go to Westman or somewhere to buy paint?
No. When I say retail, I'm really talking about big businesses, right? The service industry. If you think of the service industry, whether it's let me give you a better example. Things that provide services as opposed to the clothing store perhaps is not going to make it here, right? Because we have to attract enough business for it. So think of a clothing store opening and how many people are going to run to Garden City to go shop in the clothing store?
Yeah, not a clothing store, but a store like you had, like Kmart, for instance.
And we lost Kmart's.
Yeah, we lost it, and people miss it.
People miss it, but it closed for a reason, though, too, right? I mean, there wasn't enough traffic there. It couldn't provide everything that everyone wanted. So I just think that we really need to take a good hard look and try to attract things that we know are going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The last thing we need are businesses that open and can't make it, and then they close their doors, and then we have another vacant building yet again, right? We want something that's going to make it and be able to be sustainable,
right?
Because when that happens, then you get people in from other cities. Mm-hmm. So that's what we want. We have to attract more than just Garden City residents here to shop or spend their money.
I got a question, Mike Leica. Would you approve something like a car wash to fill an empty space in the city?
I've seen that question around. I really don't know. I don't know the pros and cons to that. So
car washes seem to be a hot product right now.
Yeah, they do, don't they? They do.
Yeah.
It seems like we have a lot of car washes, but honestly, I don't know if I'm for it or opposed to it. I would really have to do more research to give an educated answer.
Okay.
I don't know how I could comment on that, but some other things. Another thing, at least, that I think is important is to look at the infrastructure because, they've had a lot of people that have suffered flooding, right? So we need to see if there's a way to mitigate that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just another and then as street lights. I understand there are streets that have no lights, and so that's another thing that needs to be addressed. And with that, LED lighting is also important because in the long run, that's going to be cost saving, and it's also it's protective, to keep crime down. So I think that's a win-win.
Mm-hmm. Lisa Poma, like the furniture store at Ford and Brandt, that building's empty again. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We got the Rite Aid building too. That's empty.
Yeah.
A lot of empty buildings.
That one I miss. I really miss Rite Aid more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. How would you incorporate feedback from the constituents and the residents to make any of your decisions?
Well, I would carefully listen to their issue.
Yeah, that's a
yeah. It takes this job I think is a lot of listening, and I would weigh the facts and the data and try to understand who is impacted by the outcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And of course, if people take the time to reach out and be heard, then they should have your attention. and it takes follow-up. And a lot of times that means that, it's going to be a meeting with the city manager to see, well, what can we do? How do we address this? Do we have the resources within the city, or do we need to, look outside of our departments, and see what's out external for us to solve this problem.
Mm-hmm.
But the first meeting is, of course, with the city manager after that. And I think that a lot of the answers to most things is the fact that it takes follow-up, right?
Mm-hmm.
There were some questions that what did she say? I was trying to read the screen. A question came up and I was trying to read the screen and I only caught half of it.
I'm going to put it up again. I just wanted you to finish your thought.
Oh, I lost my thought. I was trying to read that.
It would be nice to have a food store instead of us going to a different city to shop. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I feel guilty every time I go out to eat somewhere and can't eat in my own city.
Yeah.
It's Shannon Coffee says, honestly, all the downtown Garden City is empty. Empty spaces are triple of what is full. Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Lisa, what I learned from watching you on the DDA, you will ask a lot of questions before voting. She makes sound decisions. Okay.
Thank you. Well, I do my best because, interesting being on the DDA is that takes, reading and learning and just being there. Right. And I don't know anyone that doesn't learn from not asking questions.
Yeah, you just can't rubber stamp everything.
No. Mm-hmm. And I don't think anyone is successful by just sitting in a chair and not asking questions. Now, I'm not referring to previous council, just to quantitate that. But I'm just saying there are a lot of us new people coming into council that have not served before. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important for whoever gets on that board to ask a lot of questions. I mean, that's how you learn, and that's how the residents learn too. Whether they attend and watch there, I usually watch the meetings at home because I think I get more out of them. I'm less distracted. Mm-hmm. I can stop, I can pause, I can rewind.
Yeah, right.
I can make a note, right? What I want to ask more about something, or I want to inquire about something. So, I like watching them at home.
Well, can you provide an example of a successful project or initiative that you led or was a part of?
So it's interesting. I thought about that, and nothing major. I haven't solved any world problems, but I have lived a life of caring and volunteering. And so some of that things I guess I'll talk about is like in the mortgage industry. I saved a lot of deals by just asking questions and listening to customers to find out why they had negative credit. What happened? What were the circumstances that led to that? And a lot of times being able to explain that is what saved a deal. And a lot of deals were saved that way. So, and that comes back to effective communication. So I can hang my hat on that one because I really do my best there to listen and try to understand. Mm-hmm. When my kids were young, I was in charge of all the fundraising.
That's a plus.
Well, it's a plus, but it's funny because when they ask me, will you? It's how do you say
guilt you into it?
You can't say no. So I say, well, sure, I've never done this before. Right. Like many things, I've never done this before, but I will do it and I will do my best. And I have to say we had a lot of successes because I was kind of tired of the same old fundraisers. So I looked for things that were new and exciting and things that, people would want to get involved in. And it's funny because now I just bought like hanging mums from a couple of different fundraisers in Garden City. And I thought, I was doing this 20 years ago. I said, hey, let's all get into the flower business. Everybody likes to plant flowers. And anyways, that was one of them.
Well,
And then,
that's pretty successful.
yeah, and the other thing that, just to keep it local, is my husband and I were chair people. Again, we were asked to be chair people for the St. Raphael's Festival, and again, can't
Wow.
say no. So yeah, we were chair people there too for 7 years, and
That's a big event.
it is, and it's a lot of work because you have meetings and organizing and planning and collaboration and
Volunteers, having to get volunteers. That's
well,
tough.
and that's something that I talked about at a previous DDA meeting, because I worked on volunteers and we had the dining room, so but I worked on volunteers for months, like 2 weeks out from the event. I was calling everybody back to confirm, to make sure that I didn't have any holes, or someone had something come up and they could no longer commit.
Right.
Whether it be a kid or an adult, it didn't matter. I had to make sure that everything was covered. And of course, you always throw yourself into the pot too, wherever it's needed. Oh, somebody's late, somebody needs to leave early, or we had one slot we couldn't fill, and you jump in and you do it. But anything that I think that I've done in my life or contributed to, I only said yes when I thought I could give 100%. Otherwise I said, well, let me volunteer, let me help, and if I can do more, I will. In these particular circumstances, I went in full board. A lot of work too. A lot of work. We worked from early in the morning till early in the morning the next day.
Yeah, it's tough putting on an event. I know that. I've been there and done that. Linda Frank says, like I said, you have my vote. You will work with the people, and that's what we need in this city.
Thank you.
Shannon Coffey, I have never seen it like this is in the 35 years living in the area. I live elsewhere, but exclusively only shop in Garden City. Well, we appreciate that.
Shops.
Yeah.
Where do you? I said, where she shops.
Yeah. Whereabouts you shop, Shannon? You want to mention any business? How about this? How would you describe your views and visions of moving the city forward different from the other candidates?
Well, they had some really good ideas. So I guess to add to that, I would just say really effective communication and understanding the issues. That my first priority and my job is really to the citizens, to the residents, and to the city, right? A representative of the city as well. So I would encourage input from residents, and gather information and network with other cities. I would also work with the community developer.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Now that we have an economic development director, how do you see yourself and the council working together to encourage businesses to invest in Garden City?
Yeah. So, well, first, it's the title is actually community development director. So, and then there's I think a backstory to that, but that's not important at the time. I think the first thing to do here is to address is our city actually clean enough that businesses would want to make a large capital investment, possibly millions of dollars, right? DPS does a lot, but it takes each of us to have pride in our city and do what we can to keep it clean and friendly. I've often helped neighbors. Like I used to live on Central Court. That was when I came back here, I bought a house over there right near Cherry Hill. It's funny because I had called the city and had the inspector out, and he went to Central, and I don't think he knew where Central Court was at the time. It was kind of funny. It's so short. It's just I don't know, maybe 7 houses on that street.
Yeah,
between both sides. It's so tiny. But nonetheless, I had an older neighbor next door to me. I was a second house off of Cherry Hill in that court. And every spring she was out there, cleaning the fence line. Not her responsibility, but who's going to do it? You want to wait for someone else to do it and just let it, once it starts getting kind of yucky, then everybody's throwing their trash, right? They're coming through and throwing trash.
It affects your yard too, then. You know,
Pardon me?
it affects your yard too.
Well, it does. And so, you have to get out there. You have to be a good neighbor. And so we would. I'd get out there and we would clean the fence line.
Well, that kind of leads right into this next question that was emailed to me on Tuesday. An issue that seems to never come up with the council is the blight situation. I'm seeing a lot of residents on social media that are frustrated with the blight not being addressed and ordinances not being enforced. How will you handle this as a council member if elected?
So yeah, they do kind of go together. Well,
Yeah.
I think people define blight differently. And seeing that question, I went to the Facebook pages and I tried to find posts about blight so maybe I could be more specific. And I didn't have much success. So I thought, well, with people that define blight differently, then I guess we have to start with the basics, right? Report blight, report dumping, support community efforts to clean up blight. Luckily we don't have boarded up buildings or graffiti on buildings that we have to take care of. That the graffiti is very minimal. But there are city codes and city ordinances. And, if you report it and you feel like your concern still hasn't been addressed, then I think it's time to, email a council member, let them know, listen, I reported this incident, this blight, whatever your incident is, and I reported it on such and such a date. Would you please follow up on this because it hasn't been addressed or it's an ongoing problem. So a lot of this comes back to follow up, whether it's follow up with the budget, follow up. Everything is about follow up. You can't leave anything hanging.
Well, I hear that Judge Hammer doesn't help a lot either in this situation. So, but that's a whole nother show.
I say, don't put me there. I don't know.
Businesses too. I mean, they need to keep their property up as well.
They do.
My wife is in the garden club, and she's gone into Walgreens there at Ford and Merriman, I don't know how many times, and asked them to clean up their mess out there. But they always blame it on corporate, So how do we hold their feet to the fire?
Well, let me just tell you something interesting. So my husband has an office in Southfield, right? He's a real estate broker.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we met, mortgages and real estate. At any rate, once in a while, if we're in the area, we would stop by, the kids and I, to see him. And one of the girls stopped and said, Dad was out there picking up garbage. He doesn't own the building. So they questioned him, and he said, I have clients coming here. I'm not going to have them come here and see garbage in the parking lot. Of course I pick it up.
Appearance is very, very important.
So yeah, we've got to be on it.
Yeah.
Got to be on it. And again, it's report, follow up, because, this create a negative effect on our city and on our property values, crime rates, social problems, health problems, a lot of negative effects from that.
It's not going to attract home buyers, that's for sure. If your property is hell.
No, but we each have to do our part, right? I don't think anybody likes picking up anyone else's garbage, but sometimes carry a rubber glove in your pocket. There might just be a little bit out there. You grab it, you throw it, you see a can 5 feet away, and you throw it out, and that's it.
Yeah. When you see cars parked all over their front lawn and motor and trailers all parked in their driveway, that's really an ordinance violation,
city, right? That definitely to the ordinance
violation. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, let me see what else we got here. Shannon Coffee, Aldi's, Family Dollar, and Dollar Tree. I come exclusively to Garden City because I feel safe. I can shop day or early evening and not worry about someone robbing me.
My favorite store. You'll see me there too.
Yeah. You get some good deals there.
What
do you think about using the COVID money on the RAC building?
Oh, probably Radcliffe building.
Yeah.
So, I've seen something about that too. Again, I don't think we can do anything about what's happened in the past. We have to look forward, and we have to keep our eyes on the budget. We have to keep our eyes on the details, and we have to monitor that, whether it's grants or anything. And it should all be on the website so that people know. I know how it's spent, how it's being used.
Captain Dennis Newbacher watching us from Mississippi, I think, or Missouri. Great show and very important conversation. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
Pilot Chopper 7 on WXYZ.
Oh, how nice.
Shannon, once again, Plato's Place is my new favorite place. They are great with my grandkids. Yeah, that's one of our favorites too, Shannon, for sure.
A lot of carry out from Plato's.
Oh, a lot of carry outs. Yeah, good.
I don't always go in because I tend to always get cold everywhere I go. In the summer, places love to have a lot of air conditioning, and I look like I'm dressed for winter, always going in a sweater.
Right. Well, in closing, is there anything else that you'd like to comment on at this time?
Well, are you asking them or me?
No, you.
Oh, well, actually, I just want to say that, we decided to raise our children here and retire here. And so I have a vested interest in this city. I love this city. I have spent almost my whole life here. And, I'm passionate about the success of the city, and I want to be a conduit for the residents. That's very important. And I do want to forge a new path. I'm really shocked at some of the things I see. So it was just between people, right? Conversations between people going on. And I wonder what happened. Where did that come from? Like, I was blind to it all while my kids were young, and I was running to schools and running to, 4 different sports a week. And when all that ended, it was just such an eye opener. And so I don't think that people understand how genuine I am when I say, I really want conversation. I want to open the door. It takes more energy to be upset with someone or be angry at someone than it does to offer a smile or a hand and help. Then, everybody benefits.
Okay, that sounds good. John Murray, great interview, Lori. Thank you, John.
I also want to thank, all the people that are participating in the relief effort, down south. Of course, we talked about having family down there. And I would also like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to come on and take questions. I appreciate that. I really do.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, this is the first time we've met, and, it's a great way to meet, get to know you.
Well, I heard you're a wonderful man, so I was hoping this was not going to be too nerve-wracking. And
no. We're very laid back, right, Mike? We're laid back, right? Oh, your mic was muted.
I had that problem. It's okay, Mike.
I said we're very laid back here, Mike.
That's true.
All right, let's see. Just before you go, I want to make sure we get my second, your emotion, Lisa Puma. Okay. Let's see. Curiousthebomb.com. Thanks. I think that's all I have right now.
Okay.
But look, it was great talking to you, and good luck in the election. And once again, you can contact Lori by emailing her at lori.gccc@yahoo.com or check
already voted
at Walkonis.com, right?
Correct. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you take care. Did I pronounce your name right?
Lori?
Lori Walkonis?
That's
Walkonis?
That is correct. My father was an immigrant, born on the boat from Lithuania.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you have a great night. And once again, thank you, okay, for coming on. Good luck in the election.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
She's ahead 1-0.
What's that?
She's ahead 1-0. I already voted for her.
Okay. Well, so did Lisa, I think. So 2-0.
Okay.
What are the Tigers doing? Update.
They're losing 4-3.
Oh, no. What inning?
No, it's late. I don't know. 8th, 9th.
Back and forth, eh? Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Good interview, people. Thank you for the questions. If I didn't get to all of them, they will be in the comment section. They'll be there when people rerun the show. Okay, moving on. The next city council meeting is going to be Monday, October 14th, 7 p.m. at the council chambers located at 6000 Middle Belt Road. These meetings are a good way for you to get involved and voice any concerns that you may have as well. All right, Mike, are you ready?
I am ready, Carrie.
We are going to get to some community announcements and wrap it up. Stand by.
Well, when you say
That will be the day
Time for
when
some.
you make me cry.
So
Say
let's
you're gonna leave.
Mike.
You know what's a lie, 'cause the day when I die.
All right, here we go. Some of these we show all the time, but I feel they're important, so we want to get these out.
Yeah, I report a missed pickup by
Mine was
Priority Waste. They've
Mine
been
was-
doing a pretty good job the last 2 or 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, they got them today. Got everything today. So
Yeah,
they
our
did-
yard pickup was done early,
Yep.
and the other one, the regular garbage pickup was done by the middle of the day. So
Yeah, I think they're finally getting the bugs ironed out. So yeah, no, I'm pleased. The last couple of weeks they've been done a good
right,
job. But if you do have a problem, make sure you report it. They want to hear about it.
yep. Absentee ballots are now available for the November 5th general election. I turned in my grandson's application for one
Yep.
at the same time that I turned in Faye and my votes.
Yeah, you can still get one, I guess, at michigan.gov/vote. Just ask for one.
Wayne County Veteran Services every Tuesday and Thursday from 8:30 to 4:30.
Mhm.
Call 313-506-0202 for an appointment. And American Legion Department of Veteran Affairs takes care of all your veteran needs. Call for appointment at the what is that? At 313. I can't read that. 9604
6640.
6640.
Yep.
Angels Aids, Stephanie Peters does a variety of services for seniors and handicaps at a very reasonable rates. You
Yeah.
can contact her at 248-818-5334.
Yeah, especially if you know a senior that needs help, give her a call because she lives to do this stuff.
Yeah. Open the skating at the Garden City Ice Arena every Tuesday and Thursday from 12 to 1:20. $7 for adults, $6 for children, $3 for skate rental.
Yeah, that's cool. And there is Shannon Coffee.
Yeah, Shannon Coffee, the notary babe. She
Yep.
take care of all your notary needs. Call her at 734-469-8821.
Yep, for all your notary needs.
Carpet cleaning from Dennis Diekman at 734-299-6496. He takes care of carpet cleaning, tiling, grout cleaning, upholstery cleaning, hardwood, floor cleaning, residential and commercial.
Mm-hmm. Does a good job, I hear.
Straight Farmhouse, 6221 Merriman Road, is open Wednesdays and Saturdays from noon to 3. For event information, go to www.straightfarmhouse.org.
Yeah, a lot of things happening at Straight Farmhouse for sure.
Yeah, this weekend they got a big event going on.
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a minute.
Kids Floor Hockey League, ages 11 to 4, $15 per child. That's on Wednesdays until the end of the month, 5 o'clock to 5:45 for 4 weeks.
Yep.
And karaoke night, October 11th at 6:30. The Notre Dame Lounge, 3144 South Wayne Road.
Got that?
Yeah, I'm listening to the Tiger game. And sorry, volunteers wanted.
You were muted.
Park volunteer event and the Florence Park volunteer event. Sign up at the QR code to register today.
Yep, they're looking for volunteers, help clean up the parks.
Yeah.
Here's that farmhouse event.
Yeah, food truck Oktoberfest, 12 to 8 p.m. This Saturday. Beer, food, vendors, music. What else can I say about it? I guess it's going to be a big event.
Yeah.
Pumpkin Spectacular presented by Garden City Parks and Recreation. Saturday, October 12th from 1 to 2:50.
Yeah, a lot of Halloween stuff coming up.
Custom Con, yeah. Plymouth Orchard Cider Mill, Monday, October 14th from 10 to 12. We will meet in Plymouth Orchards at 10 a.m. Enjoy cider, donuts, a wagon ride, and the farm animals. Please register in advance. The Radcliffe Center by calling 734-793-1870.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Sounds like fun. Used book sale October 14th, 15th, and 16th. It's open from 11 to 7 p.m. to the general public. And October 14th, it's open from 10 to 11 for friends of the library only. You can get books by the bag. Good way to build up your library. Halloween cakes and decorating class.
Yeah. You there?
Yeah, I keep taking breaks to listen to the Tiger ball game. Tuesday, October 15th from 6 to 7, ages 5 and up. It's a cost of $12 per each child.
Okay.
Happy 10th anniversary, Garden City Business Alliance. Come celebrate with us on October 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. Open to the public. It's in the Ratcliffe Center. Halloween egg hunt, Garden City Park ball fields, Saturday, February 19th from sun. Schedule is 7 o'clock costume contest, 7:30 thriller performance. An egg hunt will begin after the thriller performance is ended. It's free. 3 age groups, 0 to 3, 4 to 6, and 7 to 10. Bring your own bag. Trunk or treat. There's another big event coming up.
Yeah.
October 24th from 5:30. Or at 5:30. It's on a Thursday. It's $2 a kid. They're limiting it to 1,000 entries. So if you haven't got your entry in, do it so immediately.
Yeah, that's put on by the Garden City Community Coalition.
Yeah. After hours at the Wayne Chamber of Commerce, Thursday, October 24th from 5:30 to 6:30, 35228 West Michigan Avenue in Wayne. Join us or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
An annual trunk or treat, Garden City Presbyterian Church offers this every year. It's going to be on Sunday, October 27th.
Yep. 4 to 6.
4 to 6, okay.
Yeah, they do that every year, don't they?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Presbyterian Church pretty active.
Yeah.
Halloween dog party. A dog party? I don't have a dog. I have to go out and get a dog. It's $5 per dog, December 30th or October 31st. From small dog breeds from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. and larger dog breeds from 3 to 4.
Yep. Dress them up.
Line dancing class.
There you go, Mike.
Yeah, that's me. All right. I'm a big line dancer. Line dancing class, $70, ages 18 and up. Fridays, November 1st to December 3rd from 2 to 3. 6-week session. If you love to dance and want to have fun and exercise your mind and body, this class is for you. Good for beginners and advanced dancers. Learn different country line dances. No partner needed. Questions, please call 734-793-1850.
I think the mind wants to, but the body don't.
But yeah. I'm not sure my back is going to make the right moves.
Yes, right. Right.
Neighborhood Watch is back second Thursday of every month, 7 o'clock p.m. Next meeting is November 12th at the police department. Dennis Wigala who's a guest coming up in a couple of weeks, has his last meet the representative night on November 14th. He does it every second Thursday of the month from 5:30 to 6:30 at the Radcliffe Center.
Yep. And that's all I have on there. Do you have anything?
Oh, yeah. I happen to have an issue of the Senior Echo newsletter.
Okay.
It's got
Yeah,
a bunch of
Commission on Aging meeting.
Yeah. There's a Thanksgiving lunch for $10 on Friday, November 8th from 12 to 2 at the Radcliffe Center, ages 50 and older. Enjoy the catered lunch, good times with friends. The game room and card room will be open. You must be registered in advance. Again, call 734-793-1870. They're sponsoring a Cornville Turkeyville Lunch Theater on Tuesday, December 3rd from 9 to 6 for ages 50 and up. That has a $55 charge. Garden City Senior Center Christmas Party on Friday, December 13th from 12 to 2, ages 15 and up. That has a $20 charge. Music, a catered lunch, 50-50 raffle. Tickets go on sale November 4th. What else have I got here?
I got one here. Garden City Garden Club is going to meet October 15th, 7 p.m. at the Straight Farmhouse.
Okay.
Everyone is welcome.
Pet Talk has begun. It's every Thursday from 12 to 4 with Julie. You can call 734-793-1870 for ages 50 and older for an appointment. Cupcake decorating and cookie decorating are going to take place at the Radcliffe Center. Cupcake decorating is on Tuesday, November 26th to December 16th, a 4-week session, $25. Cookie decorations on Tuesday, November 12th to December 17th from 6 to 7, a 5-week session, it's $50.
Inspire Theater is having a new play. It's called Noises Off.
Right.
And Saturday, October 18th, 19th, 25th, 26th, November 1st and 2nd at 7:30. And Saturday and Sunday, October 20th, 26th, 27th, November 2nd and 3rd at 2 p.m. Tickets are $22 at inspiretheater.ticketleap.com. You can find out more at the Garden City Marketplace right there.
Garden City Fire Department will install carbon monoxide alarms and smoke detectors for senior citizens for free. Please visit www.gardencitymi.org smoke detector and fill out the request a smoke detector form or contact the Fire Prevention Bureau at 734-793-1749. And that might be just about it.
And with that said,
Yeah, I think we're ready to call this a
podcast.
Yes.
A huge thanks to our guests, Council Candidate Lori Walkonis. Once again, you can email her at Lori, LORE.GCCC@yahoo.com or visit her website at Walkonis.com. That's WALKONIS. We'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions that you may have had, but didn't have time to get them answered. Also, a big thank you to my fantastic co-host, Mike Jones. Thank you, Mike. Any final thoughts before we go?
No, I take the precautions that you need to this fall and get your vaccinations. Corey's got his. I got mine. You can get them for free, probably if you're senior at least, or on Medicare. Yeah, Walgreens, Middle Belt, and Warren.
Yeah, we got ours. Geez, probably last month, I think. So yeah, the flu's upon us, flu season. Yeah. Also, a huge shout out to each and every one of you for sharing part of your time with us tonight and every week. We are celebrating 14 years on air, and we owe it all to you. Thank you very much. Remember, this show will be available right after we sign off tonight on Facebook. So you can check it out at your convenience, especially if you tuned in late, by going to facebook.com/GCChat, and feel free to share with your friends as well. Also, catch us over on our YouTube channel. Just search for the Garden City Community Chat Show, and you'll find not only this show, but all of our past shows as well. Click on the live tab. And please subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button. We would appreciate that. And as always, what do, Mike? At the end of our shows, we like to thank all the healthcare workers, first responders, police and fire, everyone on the front lines who serve and protect us every day. We can't thank you enough. Be safe, and we want you to know that you and your families are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And whenever you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them. Once again, remember the success of a community depends on the community. So please support your local businesses, and please don't hesitate. Like Mike said, vaccinate. Get that COVID booster, your flu shots, any shots that you do. Remember, you're not only protecting yourself, but you're protecting others as well. And Mike, if you see something,
Say something.
say something. Absolutely. We need to look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to dappertomsweather.com. It's got a great user-friendly over there, nice radar, full of a lot of good information. So we hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for listening. If you would like to contact any of us here at the chat for any reason, go ahead and email us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com. We would like to hear from our listeners. Let us know how we're doing, what you'd like to see more of. We will see you next week, October 17th, when our guests will be Derek, Steve, and Dan from DSD Sports Chat. And we'll be hoping that the Tigers are still playing then.
Yeah.
So until then, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/GCChat and over on our YouTube channel. Just search for the Garden City Community Chat Show. Once again, smash that subscribe button for us. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your week, and we will see you next week. Good night.